Hello, I'm Gay Hamilton, Manager for the Louisiana Cultural District Program. This presentation will give you an overview of the Cultural District Program and important details about the sales tax exemption for original art. The Cultural District Program was created as a part of the Cultural Economy Initiative. It's managed by the Office of Cultural Development in the Department of Culture, Recreation, and Tourism under the Office of the Lieutenant Governor of Louisiana. The Cultural Economy Initiative is all about sustaining the people who create and preserve the artistic and cultural assets of the state. We are working to accomplish this by enhancing the capacity for creative production and encouraging new markets for cultural products. The Cultural District Program provides an opportunity for local governments to designate an area as a hub of cultural activity. They apply to the state, and if certain criteria related to cultural resources, promoting, and preserving art are met, the district is certified. The program is widely popular among communities with like-minded goals for revitalization and economic development based on art and culture. Currently, there are 83 cultural districts certified in 54 towns and 35 parishes across the state. There are two tax incentives associated with cultural district certification. One is the state historic tax credit, which extends eligibility to property owners of commercial and residential buildings to apply for state tax credits for renovation projects to historic buildings. The other is the sales of original, one-of-a-kind works of visual art within the boundaries of a cultural district are exempt from both state and local tax. It should be noted here, and it will be explained in more detail later, that beginning on July 1st, 2016, a portion of the state sales tax exemption for original art was temporarily suspended for 2 years. How do you know what qualifies for original art sales tax exemption? The sales tax exemption is limited to one-of-a-kind works of original visual art. Qualifying works must meet all 5 of the conditions in the definition for original art that we have adopted for use with this program. An item must be original, one-of-a-kind, visual art, conceived and made by the hand of the artist or under his direction, and not intended for mass production, except for a certain handmade limited editions of 100 or less. Eligible works of visual art include fine crafts, drawings, paintings, sculpture, ceramic, fiber, glass, leather, metal, paper, wood, or mixed media. Also included are limited numbered editions of up to 100 of fine art photography and certain handmade prints such as lithography, silkscreen, intaglio, and etchings. Examples of ineligible works include any mechanically produced reproduction of original art, such as prints, note cards, and giclées. Multiples of handcrafted items made from a pattern, hand-strung manufactured beads, performing art, food products, music recordings, live plants, floral arrangements, wreaths, and garlands. A certificate of exemption developed by the Louisiana Department of Revenue, Form R 1384, must be completed by the art seller and retained in case of audit as a voucher that the sale was a qualified work of original art under the definition adopted for use by this program. The forms are available for download online at the Cultural District website and the Louisiana Department of Revenue website. Copies of the certificate may be partially completed and duplicated in advance with the art seller and item information included. Some art sellers add a line for customers' email as a way to build a communication list. They present the form to the customer stating that if they complete the top portion, they do not have to pay sales tax. In most parishes, the form does not need to be turned in with the sales tax report, but it must be retained in case of audit. Check each parish for local requirements. Both state and local sales tax returns must be completed by the art seller. Forms and instructions are available to download online. The state form R-1029 can be found at the Louisiana Department of Revenue website, and reporting forms for each parish can be found at the Louisiana Association of Tax Administrators website. During the first extraordinary session of the 2016 legislative session, several changes were made to the state sales tax law. Beginning on April 1st, 2016, an additional penny state sales tax was added, and the 4% state tax exemption was suspended through the end of June of 2016. Then, beginning July 1st, 2016, 2% of the state tax exemption was reinstated. So, art sellers must charge 3% state tax on original art from July 1st, 2016 until June 30th, 2018. Local sales tax exemptions, however, were not affected, so local tax is still exempt from qualifying original art sold in cultural districts. Beginning on July 1st, 2016, art sellers in cultural districts must charge 3% state tax on qualifying art. Be sure that you have the new Form R-1029 to take advantage of the 2% state tax exemption. Indicate the total value of gross sales on line 1 and report the total value of tax-exempt sales on line 33 of the state form. Note that any other non-exempt sales are taxable at 5% for the state. A code for original art must be entered to calculate the 3% state tax due. A new schedule on the Louisiana Department of Revenue website will be available to look up that code for original art sold in cultural districts. Local sales tax is still exempt. The same certificate of exemption is used as a voucher to document local tax exemptions. To file and document local tax exemptions, art sellers should write the reason for the tax exemption in the space provided for other tax-exempt sales on lines 8, 9, or 10 of the parish sales tax return. It is important to report all original art sales, even if no tax is due. Here is an example of a parish tax form. The, the parish tax forms are fairly uniform from parish to parish. Enter the gross sales on line 1 and the amount of tax-exempt art on lines 8, 9, or 10 for art tax-exempt items. Write in the space provided original art sold in and name your cultural district. The following questions and answers are intended to help clarify what items qualify for tax-exempt sale based on the traditional definition of original art chosen for use by the Cultural District Program. You can pause this presentation on each of these pages to read in more detail, or you can download the frequently asked questions from the Cultural District website. Please read the questions and answers to get a clear understanding of what qualifies and what does not. If you are still uncertain about whether a particular item qualifies for tax exemption under this program, you can request an original art advisory opinion. Contact Gay Hamilton at 225-342-8161 for assistance. On the website, you can find lots more information about the Cultural District Program, including maps of the districts, program guidelines, sales tax certificates and instructions, and articles featuring some of the Cultural District activities and successes. And if you have any